Live
ACU.
from the ACU of Texas Studios.
This
is the Clear Lake Today Podcast Network.
As always, are the complainers. Flippo first this time, Devin and Tim. Hey guys, how's it going?
Yep.
Yeah, I miss y'all. How have y'all been?
Pretty good, but I just realized I did not change the title of the stream.
You
but that's fine. Who
SOB.
cares?
Well, I care. All right.
Oh,
and
you want
all
me to
of our
restart it?
and our millions of possible viewers.
You gonna restart the stream?
No.
Do you want...
Okay.
All right,
No.
then.
No.
Okay.
We're good. We're in it. All right. This is our what if. What if we did the wrong title? Today we are talking Marvel Studios' newest animated show, What If? The show that makes you wonder, what if?
Isn't this Marvel Studios' first animated show?
I think with the name. Didn't they do an animated Cloak and Dagger thing for a few episodes?
I thought Cloak and Dagger was live.
I can answer that. They did the live action Cloak and Dagger TV show, but they crossed over actors in some of the animated stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So the people that voice Cloak and Dagger would do it in the animated Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, because I remember seeing like them drawn. You nerd. I remember seeing like the characters drawn, but I didn't know. So yeah, I guess this is their first animated thing. But one of the coolest things about the animated show is that they actually got a large majority of the live action actors to do the voices for it. And we were graced by 2 lovely episodes already on Disney Plus. But before we get into it, I have our own little what ifs. Devin, we'll get you started. Your what if is, what if you could be famous but poor forever? Would you do it?
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
What if you could be famous but poor forever? Would you do it?
How poor are we talking? Are we talking
let's just say you don't have
on the street?
You don't like,
or are we talking like teacher salary poor?
Like riches, like on all that stuff, like money and all that stuff. Like you just have no money.
Are we talking about Dave?
You have no work.
Are we talking about Dave Bautista poor?
So are we talking like I have enough money to make a living, but not like
let's just assume you're in a lower income housing, sharing a room with 13 other people. And
commune.
Yeah, so you got like you're poor. That's how I'm taking this. What if?
So teacher poor.
Sure.
So not much has changed.
Yeah.
It's worse than teacher poor.
I know. Well, depending on where you teach.
I know.
Would I do it? Share a room with like 13 other dudes?
Not really the question, but okay. Would you do it? You're famous though. That's what you're forgetting. You're known worldwide, but you're poor. You're famous for being poor. It's the reverse of the Kardashians.
I'm going to say no, because I feel like that'd give me bad press.
Okay. Give you bad press? I don't want people thinking I'm poor. All right.
Well, no, I mean, like, I go and someone sees me and takes a picture of me with a cheeseburger, and they're like, that motherfucker stole a cheeseburger.
He's not as poor as we thought. Tim, what if you had the chance, would you change something in history, risking that your parents never will meet each other and you will never be born? So you can change something in history, but you will not be born.
Oh,
like
yeah.
You sacrifice your life for life. Is it?
Easily. Well, it's not even sacrificing your life. It's literally never existing.
Yeah.
Like not even knowing that life exists.
It's like
not even having a thought to know that life exists.
It's like that Ashton Kutcher movie, Butterfly Effect. It's like
the
best life was him not being there.
The way that he phrased it, he said, you risk not being born. That doesn't mean it won't happen.
Right.
You risk
That's true.
There's a chance.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Would I then disappear, or would that branch out a whole new timeline?
Let's keep it pretty simple. We're not doing the multiverse.
Just cease to exist.
Yeah, we're not doing the multiverse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what would you change? Just
I would figure out the first person to realize that you can make profit off of prisoners, and I would kill them
That's a good one.
before they could get that idea out.
That's a really good one. That's a noble death. Bravo.
They
Flip
won't
out.
write about you in history books, though, Tim.
That's fine. Flippy floppy.
Flip flop. Flip
Flippity
flop.
flap.
What if you were a hot dog and you were starving? Would you eat yourself?
Does it hurt?
Yeah.
Like sausage party rules?
Yeah, sausage
Flippo,
party
take a
rules.
bite out of your arm and see if it hurts.
But here's the thing, if you're a hot dog, you're already a bunch of dead animal parts, right? So the
Yeah.
nerves wouldn't feel
hot
any.
dog.
Like the nerves are dead, so I don't think you'd feel anything.
And what kind of
And
life
it's-
is a hot
and-
dog?
Not only that, you're a bunch of ground up animal parts. So technically, chewing is just grinding stuff up more. So wouldn't you just eat yourself and then have it go
Yeah, and you're
right back into you?
and you're encased in pig intestines. So no, I guess
No,
is your
no, I wouldn't.
okay.
Slap a
Okay.
Band-Aid on it.
Got
I
it.
have a question then.
Okay.
If you were starving right now as a human being, and you were literally dying of starvation, would you eat yourself?
You muted. You muted yourself as your
No, you
answer.
didn't.
No, you did.
I know.
Well, okay.
I thought the question was for you.
No.
No, question was for you, Flippo.
No, I would not eat myself.
What if you knew in 20 days someone would be here to save you, but you know that you wouldn't survive 20 days without eating something?
Does eating my own poop count?
No.
And also, who'd want to eat a 20-day-old hot dog? Jesus. That just sounds gross.
I thought who would want to eat a 20-day-old poop?
I know.
No. All right. One last one just because Reed's not here. This is for everybody. What if you woke up suddenly because your house was on fire? Which 3 things would you save as you ran out? Me, I already know mine. It's
I've already
PlayStation.
answered this question.
It's
in a previous
PlayStation,
episode.
laptop, and keys. PlayStation, laptop,
Does-
What do you
keys.
need your keys for? The house is gonna burn down.
Drive away. Make sure my car doesn't. make sure the car doesn't burn.
We assume that all the live things in the house get out okay.
No. You have to
Well, I got
choose,
mine, I guess.
Devin. You have to choose.
Wife, kid, dog.
Wife, kid, dog.
Wait, you wouldn't grab your PlayStation?
No.
You monster.
Kid, dog, PlayStation.
Good thing I sleep with my wallet already on
Kid,
me.
wife,
I
PlayStation.
know. Luckily, I already shove my PlayStation inside me every night, so it's a part of me. All right. And on that note, yeah, episode 1. Let me set my timer really quick. We're gonna do this right, guys. Oh God.
First off, I'm enjoying Jeffrey Wright as narrator.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he's
I love him as an actor.
he's knocking it out of the park. I'm starting
He's
to
got that quality in his voice that's kind of like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, it's very sweet and melancholic. Okay, all right, timer started. Episode 1, we were greeted with another what if scenario, which is what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers? Who would like to start off with their feelings about this episode? Tim talked a little bit about it in the pre-show. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Can I give some generals first?
Sure, yeah, give generals if you want. Yeah.
As a general thing with this show, I really like the exact point where they're like, and this is when everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
I like seeing how it changed because that's
Yeah.
the most interesting part to me. I like the whole show. I just think that's the most interesting part.
Yeah. Well, one of the biggest.
I-
Go ahead.
I liked the first episode. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt because something about it feels rushed to me. I don't know if it's how the actors say their lines
It's the time.
or what it is, but
It's
something
a 30.
about
It's a
it
30
seems-
minute. It's a 30-minute show.
is.
Trimming down an hour and a half long movie.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the things that bugs me the most is it seems to just
Mm-hmm. It's very,
speed through.
It is
uh,
very quick. What were you gonna say, Flippo?
They didn't speed through it. It felt like it would take too long to get to the point.
Yeah.
I understand. It's just it feels like it's too fast to me.
Okay. Would
And-
the episodes being an hour make it better?
Maybe.
Maybe they might. I mean, maybe they'll change it.
I will say I wasn't sure. I already knew the answer to this, but I liked how in the first episode everything seemed to look like one of those old World War II posters. Like the art and the way that they did everything, it felt very World War II. And I
Mhm.
understand that the art is the same way throughout the whole thing, but
It
had a
was
good
it was
feel.
cool, different, and new. Well,
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that episode 1 did was right off the bat that changed was Tommy Lee Jones's character gets shot. Tommy Lee Jones plays a character in the first Avenger. He's kind of the general above Captain America or whatever, I don't know. But he gets shot, which leads events where a newer character takes over in the Tommy Lee Jones role. And Peggy Carter takes the serum. Tony, what's Tony's grandpa's name? Howard.
Howard's
dad.
dead.
Yeah, Howard. What's Howard's dad? Because who's the guy in? Who's
Howard.
the
That's
star?
Howard.
That's Howard.
That's
Tony's
that's
dad.
That's Tony's dead.
really. I
Yeah.
thought that was Tony's grandpa.
No, it's confused. It's confusing because they've used 2 actors to play him in the movies.
Okay.
They used the,
Also, it's
they only-
confusing because apparently he was old enough to be really smart during World War II and still have a son that was so young for present time.
Yeah. I don't know. Then that's something I knew that I just now knew.
In Endgame, how old was Howard in Endgame? When
I'd
they
say-
went back in time.
I'd say he was
Oh.
40
No.
because Tony was born. Tony was just born.
Yeah.
Probably 30, 40. Okay.
I don't even think he was born at that point. I think
Well, no,
he was saying that.
well,
they
no,
were
in
He was
releasing-
about
Endgame.
to be born.
In
Yeah, he was
Endgame.
about to be born.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
They were talking about it because he was saying that his wife was pregnant, but they don't know if it's a boy or girl.
Okay. I thought like he had just been born or whatever. Okay. And another interesting thing that happened in this episode that kind of surprised me, but at the same time I kind of felt they were going that way, was Steve taking on the Iron Man suit. That was kind of a random surprise for me. I don't know. What did y'all think?
I actually thought that suit was like a Hydra weapon, like it was the missile that
Mhm.
they shoot that causes her to go into the ice or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I originally thought when I saw the poster. But also, am I the only one who thought that Bucky was a whiny little bitch in this?
I mainly just thought Sebastian Stan was a terrible voice actor.
Yeah, I
Like-
remember thinking that as well.
Like his lines were just really deadpan. There was no real I mean, Bucky has never really been a super expressive person. I mean, except like in maybe Falcon Winter Soldier, but he was just bad.
You mean when he said all of his lines deadpan as well?
Well, I guess the live action helps, but it was just
Anthony Mackie's over here crying his heart out. Sebastian Stan. that is
Let's
so
be
sad.
fair. That moment in Falcon and Winter Soldier where he finds out that he's finally free in Wakanda and that like the words can't affect him anymore, heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. All right. Some of the voice actors that were in the first episode, we got Haley Atwell returning as Captain Carter. Do y'all think she could do a show or a movie as Captain Carter? Like, do you think there'd be enough there where they could do it?
I bet they could,
yeah.
but I doubt they would.
I doubt they will as well, unless Chris Evans comes back as Captain America after Endgame
Mm-hmm.
and joins her in some escapades.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, we didn't get Chris Evans as Steve Rogers in the first episode. I guess he truly is done. Just like we
Yeah.
won't get Robert Downey.
Who voiced?
Josh Keaton.
Yeah.
He is known for voicing different. Oh, he's done some stuff. Let's see. He has. I'm trying to find a big one. He was in Solar Opposites. Nobody. Oh, he was Batman: Soul of the Dragon. Some guy named Jeffrey Burr. I thought that would be a lot cooler. But anyways, he's just a guy. Oh, he plays Tony Stark in Iron Man VR. He's the voice of Iron Man in the game. Devin knows that one.
I would not have put those two together.
I wouldn't have either.
Stanley Tucci came back.
Yeah, we got Stanley Tucci coming back as Dr. Abraham Erninsky, or however you say his name. Dominic Cooper came back as Howard Stark. Let's see. We did get a new Red Skull. It is voiced by Ross
Marquand.
Marquand. He's in The Walking Dead. Do what?
Yeah, he does a lot of voice acting stuff.
Yeah, he also plays the immortal in Invincible, the Amazon Prime show.
Oh, nice.
What were y'all's favorite moments from the first episode?
Of Invincible?
No. What if? What we're talking about?
Of the first episode
Yeah.
of What If.
Probably when Steve Rogers wrote Brooklyn Brawler on the Fist. that whole little
Mm-hmm.
Montage.
montage.
He should have said, "I can do this all day." Just one more.
Or when they're like, Steve, like Steve Rogers, like that guy. When Bucky's like, oh, okay, that guy. Okay.
Yeah. I know, who's that loser?
I liked the ending of it. I thought that it still came at a really good place to like have furthered the Avengers when they get the Tesseract open and she pops out.
Yeah. And also like that mirrors the Avengers, the warehouse scene. Because of the ramifications of her actions, like what do y'all think that affects in that timeline? Because I'm trying to think what specifically Steve does in the first Avengers. Well, Bucky doesn't become Winter Soldier, so that means T'Challa's dad could still be alive. Tony's parents could still be alive. So there's quite a few ramifications to Captain Carter doing what she does.
And nobody has her blood for the super soldier serum, which means there's no other potential super soldiers.
Oh wait, no, I think they do. They do have her blood. Because
they were taking her blood after she became super soldier.
Yeah, so
also,
they do have her blood.
Tony Stark probably wouldn't become Iron Man because his parents would be alive.
Well, I feel like he probably would have done it anyways.
I feel like
he wouldn't have gone to Afghanistan because he wouldn't have to be that person in his company. And then he wouldn't have been hit by his own bomb and trapped in a cave and had to create his own stuff.
Well, maybe we'll get, because we are expected a Tony Stark meets Killmonger in Afghanistan storyline. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's like in the same timeline, but there's a chance that possibly we could get something in there because one of the biggest things whenever Tony was in the cave, he has that doctor guy. He's a really nice guy. He just does the same thing. He's like, you gotta be a good person and all that. So, I mean, I'm wondering what Tony would be if he was directed by a bad force.
I would say something else that's different is America doesn't have that symbol to hide behind it because she's not American.
Yep.
And literally her whole symbol is Britain.
So
maybe all the superheroes will be UK superheroes now, and there are no American ones.
That was my thought a second ago.
Ooh, what if S.H.I.E.L.D. is like more kind of Britain based?
Like an MI6
Yeah,
style?
kind of like that. I don't know.
Bruce Banner's like, that's my secret, cat. I'm always
Bruce Banner's played by Michael Caine.
Hello, Captain.
He's got that little like mustache.
Why do we fall? Why do we fall, Tony? It's so we can pick ourselves back up. That's dumb. Okay. As a whole, I guess we'll do final thoughts on episode 1. As a whole, I think I agree with Devin. The pacing of the shows do kind of hurt it. It's tremendous fan service. It gives people another look at it. I had no issue with the first episode at the start. I didn't feel weird watching it. I liked a lot of the callbacks, like them bursting through the doors, Herb hitting the punching bag, and all that stuff. It was just it mirrored very well, and it was a tremendous start to this series that kept me going.
I feel like they're compressing like a run of comic books together.
Okay.
To do their shows.
Yeah, that's believable. There was this octopus at the end of episode 1. Do we know who that was? I've been trying to find.
Are you talking about the thing in the
portal?
You mean the Hydra?
No, it had a name. I think it has a specific name. I'm trying to find it.
So the only thing that I could think that it was, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. talked about they had a monster that they had set that actually ended up being an Inhuman that had like tentacles or something. I don't know. It's what they based their logo off of.
His name is Shuma Gorath. The tentacle creature Red Skull summons near the episode ends. It's a chaotic, Lovecraftian entity introduced in Marvel Premiere number 10 back in 1962. Shuma Gorath is primarily a Doctor Strange foe, and if given the opportunity, a threat to reality itself. He could be the bad guy of Multiverse of Madness.
I'm going to be honest. They did not set that up very well. Because like the fact that Red Skull even knew about it made me think like, what?
It's also mentioned in Marvel vs. Capcom sequels. Several game endings have Shumagorath devouring the universe. He also shows up as a dinner guest in one of Deshalam's endings. That's a character from Street Fighter, I think. He defeated Galactus and is getting his own Japanese game show. Yay! All right. But that was one of the things at the end of the episode that stood out to me that I think could be a bigger deal. Who else has final thoughts on episode 1?
I actually really liked the pacing of the episodes. I know you guys said it's too fast, but I think it's really good that it's not an hour-long episode each time, because I would just not watch it probably.
Yeah.
And we already know these movies, and it's obviously mirroring the movies or something that happened in the universe. So we're already familiar with what's going on. And they just want to show the main differences of this is what happens now that this is Captain Carter rather than Captain America. And I think that's the important part. And I've been enjoying it. I do think like a lot of these live actors, their voice acting isn't that great though. Mm-hmm. It's kind of just a bunch of weird inflections in random places, and
they're not getting the live action money, so they're half-assing it. Mm-hmm.
Or they're just not, familiar with how voice acting is because they're trained for live acting.
Yeah, it's a new
They're
medium.
trained for a camera, not for a microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I will say I slightly disagree with Tim, only in the sheer fact that like in episode 1, it pretty much follows Captain America the movie, like the first Avenger.
Yeah.
And
episode 2 does not follow
anything. But we're not on episode 2 yet.
Yeah.
I know, but that was my point, was that that's why I disagree.
Yeah, I mean,
Star-Lord starts at the beginning, grabbing that sphere.
I think
Well,
no, I get what you're saying, but I think along with Tim, I'm going to agree with Tim. I think I'm flipping my argument. I think the pacing works better because this is a fan service show that all of the callbacks are there just so we can go, oh yeah, that looks just like it. So I think the pacing, like if it were to be an hour, I think there would be a lot more dead air, a lot of rehashing of stuff that we've seen several times.
And let me clarify a little bit. Like, we understand the story. They're just trying to show us the differences in the story from what happened in the live action. Right. Like, it started out the same in episode 2. But then this is what happens when Star-Lord is someone who has actually done greatness in his life, rather than when Peter Quill was Star-Lord and did nothing.
Who has done adequate in life.
Yeah, like T'Challa talked to Thanos before he even got that Power Stone. Like,
right.
What did Peter Quill do? Just,
Yeah.
And then it followed the movie because it went to a world where it had all of these people. It had the big battle right there. And I guess the big bad wasn't the same, so it wasn't Ronan. But they did have the big bad fight at the end of like the guy who was all powerful and then got beat by something kind of like silly.
Yeah, the mirroring was there, but it was a little less subtle than episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and in episode 2, I was really hoping. Oh, we're not talking about episode 2. Never mind.
Well, I mean, if there's no more final thoughts on
segue.
Well, Devin hasn't gone yet.
Oh, Devin.
I did. That was my final. I've already gone.
Oh, okay. Then let's go into episode 2. Tim, since you're starting it, do you want to go into a little episode synopsis of episode 2?
Yeah, sure. So at the beginning, the Ravagers go to take Peter Quill. They're still doing the work for Ego. But at the time that they were at Terra, a.k.a. Earth, Chadwick Boseman's character, I can't remember, T'Challa opens up. I know, I couldn't remember the character's name. Opens up a hole in the shield protecting Wakanda, which generates a huge power spike, which makes the Ravagers think that he is Peter Quill. So they kidnap him. And then they realize after they kidnap him that he's not Peter Quill because he looks nothing like the picture. And then it follows that storyline. Basically, he just reforms the Ravagers, talks to Thanos, makes Thanos realize that he doesn't have to kill half the universe.
That works.
You know,
They try to save planets, and that's how they meet the big bad.
Yeah, not try to make money, but try to do good.
Yeah. So this episode,
they try to take money from the rich and then reallocate those resources to help the poor. Like Thanos' story is all like, oh, the poor people, they'll all starve unless we kill half the people.
Yeah. So this episode marked the final acting performance of Mr. Chadwick Boseman, who played T'Challa, the Black Panther, for quite a few movies. And he lended and then he lended his voice to What If. He was one of the first actors to sign up for it. He was very excited for it. He wanted to just do any kind of Black Panther he could, and it served as a really nice, beautiful goodbye for him and the character.
Should we? I know this is a podcast, but should we give him a moment of silence for respect?
Yeah, we can. I'll set a timer. So one of the things about this episode,
I imagine he's already had his moment of
yeah,
silence.
I mean, I'm still broken up about it. I mean, it's sad, but he has left a legacy behind that is going to definitely be remembered. Is that? Yeah, he's done a lot of shit. It was just really nice seeing, like how Tim said, it mirrored the Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Quill walking through, what's the planet? Korag? Some planet? I don't know. He's walking to a planet, stealing the Power Stone, and then we're introduced to a character that we see in Guardians. He's a little robot assassin for Ronan. And whenever T'Challa introduces himself as Star-Lord, instead of saying who, like we don't know who he is, the guy just absolutely loves him. And that's basically the whole episode. Everybody loves T'Challa, Star-Lord.
Right. What's that guy's name? Because he was also in Captain Marvel.
Let's see. Speaking of it, he brought peace to the whole galaxy. One of the biggest things is we got a huge voice cameo from Josh Brolin as Thanos. That T'Challa.
Rooker? We had Michael Rooker reprise.
Yeah.
Karen
the guy
Gillan reprised hers.
Yeah, the guy's name is Korath. That we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
The actor name is Djimon Hounsou. A hard name.
Yeah, and if you don't think it's hard, Mr. Hansu, come on the podcast and prove us wrong.
Yeah, come on the podcast and pronounce it.
And say your own name.
I will say,
just show up on the podcast.
I was kind of disappointed that it was not Benicio del Toro.
It was Benicio del Toro.
No, it wasn't.
He's credited as the collector in IMDb What If, Benicio del Toro.
What? He had some really good
one episode
pronunciation then.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he changed his character, I definitely noticed, because I guess since Thanos was no longer the threat of the universe, it allowed the collector to really do whatever he wanted, making him the new threat. So perhaps that changed to the way he performed the character.
And who was his little lackey?
That was his little slave from Guardians of the Galaxy. He had this little pink slave girl.
I just don't remember in the movie.
Yeah.
She blows up. She grabs the Power Stone and blows everything up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a bunch of guys. Speaking of Josh Brolin, we also got, for a very short, brief moment that I got really excited for, we got Seth Green's return as Howard the Duck. I got super excited because I thought, oh, wow, now we're going to get Howard the Duck the whole episode. And then, yeah, he got locked in that room, and it's like, oh, shit, all right, that was cool for a bit. I, honest to God, really wouldn't mind more Howard the Duck stuff. I wouldn't mind a Disney Plus show. No thoughts on that?
I wouldn't.
That's
all I got.
Well, I think he's a good character, and I was very excited to see him. Another character
Also,
go ahead.
Ego reprised.
Yeah, Kurt Russell came back.
There's another person too. I can't remember.
We had. Let's see. Go ahead.
What is it? Sean Gunn? Is it Sean Gunn?
Yeah, Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn.
He I guess reprised his role.
Michael Rooker came back as Yondu. Some guy named Taserface. I don't know, but it was a very interesting episode.
John Canny reprised his role as T'Chaka, King T'Chaka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of the things that bothered me the most about the episode, I feel like they nerfed Thanos. He
I
was
thinking
definitely
that the
he was definitely
entire
not as strong.
Thanos fight.
Yeah, not as strong as I know he can be. Because like the Black Hand or what's the guy's name? Like the Black Order, the Ebony Maw, and all those people, the Black Order. Yeah, Thanos is kind of getting dunked on a little bit by them. And I feel like they just kind of changed his powers a little bit. I don't know if like him becoming a better person made him less powerful or what.
Well, I would also say that he's like they originally Thanos' elite warriors, and I think one-on-one it's different, but we have all of them teaming up to bang you out. It's a little bit different.
Well, there was only 2 of them teaming up. I'd imagine he'd be able to take on 2.
Was it?
It was 3.
Who was the third?
It was the tall guy, the girl, and the other.
The
the
psychic
short guy.
person
Big
wasn't
guy.
helping.
Yeah, Ebony Maw wasn't there. The guy, he's got a
No,
spear.
the other one.
He's got like a spear.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
And then you had the big hammer guy.
I only remember the 2 people.
so
And you know, those 3 people are like the strongest ones out of all of them.
yeah.
Ebony Maw's smart and he's psychic, but I mean, brute strength, it's those 3.
Yeah. Nebula is back in this, and we have noticed that she has glowing, luscious blonde locks since Thanos changed his genocidal ways. He no longer tortures his daughter. So she has like a little eye thing, so I guess she got tortured once. But
She got that from the Collector, because that's how she owed her debt.
oh, okay. Yeah, I just know
Yeah.
Thanos, like, every time Nebula failed something, Thanos would take a part of her away.
Well,
Well,
he
the-
still wasn't a good father to her, and they
Yeah.
explained that in the episode.
And I think, and it was that
But at least now they can
he
go to
would make
therapy.
Gamora a fighter, and anytime she lost to Gamora, she lost a piece of her.
Yeah.
So now she's sporting these luscious gold locks and saying a very uncomfortable, at least for me, pet name for T'Challa called Cha-Cha.
Cha-cha.
I thought it was cute.
Dude.
It made me uncomfortable every time. I was like, quit calling him Cha-Cha. He's royalty. You don't talk to him like that.
Technically, he's not. I mean, I guess he is a prince, but they
No.
don't know that.
He's also like a savior to half the galaxy.
I don't know, but still, I mean, don't call him Cha-Cha. I mean, like, it was cute for, like, it felt like a heist movie, kind of, like these quick quips that you give to each other. So it had some definite good moments. I really did love that Yondu had all of his teeth instead of missing gold ones because of being a better person. There were just little things in this episode that I want to go back and watch it just so I can keep finding other little things, just little differences that affect. Yeah, just a neat little episode.
I thought that it was really funny in the beginning because, you know, in the beginning, the whole reason that they find T'Challa is that they say, you know, Yondu didn't go out and do this on his own. He sent his men to do it. They grab this little boy and they bring him back and he goes, does this look like anything like the picture? And they're like, they all look the same. 2 eyes, a mouth, and a nose hole. They look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But the guys that grabbed them also have all of those things and look human.
Yeah,
They don't know. Aliens are different. They don't know what we look like.
that's true.
Yeah.
Every
Well-
time I look at you boys on the podcast, I can't tell which one's Greg, Flippo, or Devin. All white dudes with beards.
You know, these cis white men with opinions.
Oh wait, Greg has glasses, so I guess I can't tell Greg from myself.
Yeah, so it's me and
When
you.
did I get so handsome? Hey,
When did I get fat?
I'm bald too, Tim.
did you just call me fat?
Oh no,
Yes.
I was talking as you. No, I was talking as you. It's like, when did I get fat?
I don't think you're fat.
I'm getting there.
What's the? Did you like the part where Collector used Korg's arm?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that was another little thing that stood out. He's like, I got this from a very talkative.
Like, damn.
Yeah,
I thought it was
like,
Korg, but I was
God, I was
like,
like, dude, that hurts.
yeah.
why is he wearing his arm? Like,
We also
did he
got-
hollow it out after taking it off of him?
Yeah, we also got Cosmo, the astronaut dog. He
Yeah.
came
They had
back.
Captain America's shield,
Yeah.
which makes
And
you
Thor's
wonder,
hammer.
like, yeah, which makes you wonder what happened to them.
Mhm.
He obviously beat the crap out of him.
Before we go into final thoughts about episode 2, I have a question for y'all. At the end of episode 2, we were greeted with Ego finding Peter Quill working at, I guess, a fast food joint. And the Watcher states that this would result in the end of the world. Do y'all believe that is true? Because T'Challa proves it's not where you grow up, it's the person. I do think Peter Quill is a good person. Do y'all think he would join Ego without being Star-Lord?
I don't think it matters because if you think back to the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Ego just kind of planted roots in him even after he defied him and started destroying planets. So regardless of whether Peter Quill wanted to or not, all Ego has to do is fucking put some roots in him and start destroying.
Peter Quill Peter Quill wouldn't have the family of the Guardians to help snap him out of it and pull him back.
But Quill would still have the power to beat him, though.
I don't think he would, because he didn't go through all the adventures to make him Star-Lord. He just worked at a fast food place.
T'Challa didn't go through all the adventures that made him Black Panther, but
that's why he's not Black Panther.
But he still saved the universe. So it's not the mantle; it's the person.
He worked at a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, that's right. He would kill everybody. Yeah. Customer service makes you hate everyone. So, yeah. I mean, it's just a thought. I just wanted to run it by y'all. So, final thoughts, episode 2. How do we feel?
Final thoughts? I enjoyed episode 2 over episode 1.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't afraid to get really weird and get off script. So, I really appreciated it for that. It really was a what if.
I was really hoping that you'd see more of the other Guardians because you saw Drax. I was really hoping somewhere you'd see Groot or you'd see Rocket. Maybe not together, but just like in passing.
When did we see Drax?
He's a bartender in the bar.
Oh, that's right.
I feel everybody's lives are changed by that because I feel Thanos might have been responsible for destroying Planet X, which was Groot's world. I feel might have had something to do with Rocket being what he is. Gamora's planet never got taken. So, I mean, I think...
Wouldn't Gamora's planet have been taken a long time before T'Challa talked to him?
Well, I think Nebula was the first kid, and then he got Gamora later.
Right, but not like 20 years later.
I would have assumed that Gamora was the first kid because otherwise wouldn't Nebula have been with him when he took over Gamora's planet?
I'm not sure. Well, I just know in that one flashback scene, I think it was Infinity War, whenever Thanos is on Gamora's planet, showing her that little knife. See, it's perfectly balanced, like everything is. And so it's just kind of, I don't know. I feel like that was like maybe he had Nebula already. I don't know.
But I mean, that's my thought. I think because I looked real hard as they were running through all these collector's boxes to see if Groot was there. Because I know that in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, he mentions like, "Can I have you when you die?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I thought
I remember
this
now.
episode was.
Can I say?
What a dick!
I thought this episode was better than the first one, and I was complaining about the voice acting, but I think as Chadwick Boseman's last Marvel appearance, I think he did a really good job in voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say is we are apparently getting a what if episode with Gamora taking over the mantle as Thanos. So perhaps that's in the same timeline.
Okay.
Fun fact, that happens, and I'm curious if they're going to copy the comic book.
They might.
I was going to ask you guys if y'all think that these episodes are all going to be connected, ending in one giant Infinity War type episode.
Because I think it's already been spoiled by a car commercial.
What?
There's a car commercial going around Facebook, Instagram, whatever. It's like everybody fighting in this big war against a bunch of Ultron bots because one of the episode Ultron gets all the Infinity Stones. So I think that's going to be like another big battle. So I think it's all them fighting all of these Ultron bots. We got Party Thor. We got all these characters. We got Dark Strange. All of them fighting everybody. And then the Watcher makes a car show up and Party Thor's in it. Woo! And he kills everybody. So I think there will be a big epic multiverse war battle.
But I mean, do you think that the first and second episodes are both within this universe of this multiversal war thing? That
I think
you
so.
think so? Okay.
I honestly
think they're all going to be connected.
Yeah, I think all of these timelines are going to be just thrust together right at their endings to do like a big multiverse war that Kang, I think, was talking about in Loki, that there was a multiverse war and he ABC'd got the fuck out.
All right. I doubt it's going to happen, but I hope that the episode where Gamora takes over Thanos' mantle is the Infinity Warps one, where she takes in order to take out half the world, instead of taking them out, she combines people to make less people.
Ooh, maybe that's what Spider-Man.
It's so weird.
Maybe
It's
that's
called
what.
Infinity Warps.
Well, maybe that's
Okay.
what Doctor Strange Spider-Man is going to be.
I've got a hypothetical. Yeah, who cares?
Nobody.
If you guys could choose anyone in this podcast that you had to merge with, who would you merge with?
Reed.
Greg, you first.
Reed. Not even a
three
thought.
people, the three
Reed.
other people who are on right now, Greg.
I don't want any of y'all.
like-
I'll take
Guys, if we all say we merge with Tim, we
I'll
all
take-
merge together.
I'll take Doctor Strange behind Flippo. I'll merge with him.
Nope. No,
Oh.
one of us three. Flippo, Devin, or I, Greg.
Tim. He's not happy, but he's got it together.
Flippo? Who would you choose?
I'd go Greg.
Ugh,
Greg?
That's a bad choice.
Devin, who would you choose?
Oh, I would go Tim.
I was going to say Greg as well. Could you
Tim-
imagine
Yeah. Y'all would hate
all
it. I give y'all a day.
my job with your hair and your beautiful satin voice?
Unstoppable. Well, yeah, you'd be
Yeah.
perfect, but I'm just saying, you will live, but you will not live well.
No offense, Flippo and Devin, but if I merged with y'all, I think there would be a part of me that's like, ugh, gotta take care of the wife and kids now. Fuck.
That's
No,
why I
I think-
assumed
I
you didn't
think-
choose us.
Or you would hate either one of our jobs.
Yeah, ooh, I'd hate Flippo's job a lot.
I would just change your job because we would be in the same body. So I'd be like, yo, I make more money than you. Let's
So,
just do my
yeah.
job.
If you warp together, is there still two brains, and you have
So-
to like?
So let me tell you how that worked in the comics.
Yeah,
So
you
they
go.
combined Doctor Strange and Captain America, and he was the Soldier Supreme, and so he had all of Captain America's ideals, but all of Doctor Strange's abilities.
But they didn't have both of their minds in the same body.
It was a
Oh.
unique mind.
It was like a new character. All right.
That sucks.
All right.
Or
Well,
they
Yeah.
they combined Moon Knight and Spider-Man, and he had multiple personalities.
on that note,
That's super crazy.
on that note, let's wrap up with final thoughts, just in general.
Okay, here's my final thought. It's a question.
Okay.
Which episode, based on the few episodes that we are aware of, which episode are you most excited for?
I actually posted some of the episode lists on our Instagram. Let me pull it. up.
Nobody read that, Greg.
Nobody ever reads it. Actually, we are getting a little bit of traction. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Episode 3 is supposed to be Loki on Earth. Episode 4 is Dark Doctor Strange, which I assume will probably also get Spider Strange. Episode 5, Party Thor. Episode 6, Tony Stark and Killmonger. 7 is Marvel Zombies. Episode 8 is Gamora Thanos. Episode 9 is Infinity Ultron. I'm probably excited for Infinity Ultron.
Me too.
Ooh,
I'm excited for the zombies.
I need to check. It's probably not on
I'll go-
IMDb, but I want
I'll
James
go
Spader.
Tony Killmonger.
I want
I
James
do-
Spader to voice Ultron again.
Who is Dark? Whoever you said.
It's if Doctor Strange took the Sorcerer Supreme title and did what Baron Mordo wants to do. That
What does Baron Mordo want to do?
Take away everybody's magic.
take away everybody's powers, be
himself.
the only
Oh.
sorcerer, and be fuck you everybody. I'm gonna kill. I'm God. And so
Dude,
that
that'd
kind
be
of thing.
awesome. If there was only one person on Earth who had magic, I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, take it.
Mhm.
Nobody else needs it.
I think that episode specifically is supposed to also have our Doctor Strange in it, fighting the Dark Strange. That's just what I've heard.
Do you guys think that this will have a part with the whole new multiverse of everything? Like
I
these
think so.
what ifs?
Can you
I think so.
I don't
imagine?
think so.
Can you imagine in the multiverse of madness, Doctor Strange opens a portal, walks through it, and he's all animated? He's like, "The fuck is this?"
Or he's the only one who's not animated, like Who Killed Roger Rabbit or Who Framed Roger Rabbit or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, that'd be interesting.
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Any other final thoughts?
I've got the best friends in the universe.
No.
Too bad none of them are on this podcast.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Two different awns
But,
with two different.
I
energies.
will go play a certain game by myself then.
Not
Is
till
it-
this episode's
Yeah,
over. You
is that-
son of a...
Is that called
Is it hide the
masturbating?
carrot? I
Yeah, is
don't
it
understand.
masturbating? I don't know what that would be. All right. Well, on that note, let's
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us today with the Caped Complainers.
Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and we're still doing TikTok.
Yeah, we're TikToking it.
Yeah, and check out our YouTube channel and our Twitch channel at the Caped Complainers. And make sure to follow us at the mothership at vinyldraftradio.com.
Yeah, and download the app. Give it a 5-star. We're on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts,
YouTube now.
Your mom's room. We're at everywhere.
Oh.
We're not on. Side note, did y'all hear about the OnlyFans deal?
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
doing nudes anymore. Apparently, the creators are really pissed about it. I would be too if that was my whole thing. I thought that was their whole bit, being nude.
Yeah.
But if you want to, we can get Tim on OnlyFans, and you can follow him. And he'll
Yeah,
split the money.
we got to
with
do
us.
it really fast.
We got to do
though,
it soon.
'cause they're closing sometime in September, and I'm not doing non-nude content.
Yeah. And on that note, nobody does nude content like a fan. Thank y'all for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ah.